Has anyone had a worse start to the season than Florida State? I, I don't think so, especially given what their expectations were. Now, I came into the season, I took their under 9.5, and I didn't think that they were going to be what they were last year. I did not think that they were going to start 0-3. Like, this has just been a disaster for this program, is the best way to put it. Offensively, they're a mess. Defensively, they're a mess. DJU he's really not that guy. He just seems like he has regressed since his time at Clemson and Oregon State. Offensive line, they're down some players, but they have just been abysmal. They can't block anyone. And now they got Cal coming in, who had just beat an Auburn team, and Florida State is still favored. So Vegas likes something with them. Obviously, their raw talent is, from a recruiting measurement and from a transfer portal rating, it's there, but it just has not shown up on the field. That D-line that Florida State was supposed to be fantastic, they have not done the job. So where does Florida State go from here? Like, I think their biggest problem has been developing and recruiting at the high school ranks, and they have not done a good job. They haven't done an elite enough job to compete where they want to compete and be where they need to be as a program to accomplish the goals that they have, and that's winning the ACC and be a contender in the ACC. It's to get out of the ACC and compete with teams in the Big Ten and the SEC. And right now, they're very far from doing that, and a lot of it is because of the unsuccess rate that they've had in high school recruiting, and they've been over-reliant on the transfer portal. And that is just a game that is very turbulent. You'll see the highs and lows of that. Last year, they had extreme highs. They had massive success rates with Jared Verse and Jordan Travis and Keon Coleman. Like, every dude on their team last year that was a superstar was a transfer portal guy, and now they're all gone. And they don't have a lot of high school recruits that are coming up in the ranks and competing at a level that they need to do, or they're not recruiting at a level that they need to be. So I think this year it really needs to be a really big wake-up call for Florida State and for Mike Norvell to really press on and emphasize the importance of high school recruiting. Because when you look at the best and the elite teams of the sport, Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, like, yes, they're utilizing the transfer portal, but the bulk of their roster and the bulk of their starters are homegrown, and they have been coming up from the high school ranks. And that's how you build elite rosters, and that's how you build elite culture. When you bring in these transfer portal guys who are there for a year and they're just, using this as a ride or their ticket maybe to the league, it fractures the culture a little bit. So I think they really need to rely and dig deep on their high school recruiting. And right now, it's not looking great. You'd really like to, put a couple of wins on your belt to help recruiting, especially in the talent-rich state that you are. And they just don't have the wins right now to do so. So you got to hope, and you got to have the recruiters on your team being very diligent with these 4 and 5 star recruits to say, look, this ain't going to happen moving forward. We're changing our philosophy here, and we are going to really prioritize high school recruiting, and we're going to prioritize you guys. Don't worry about the wins and losses this year. It's going to be a new program. That's what they need to do, and I think that's what Mike Norvell will do in the offseason. Follow Big Body Ball CFB on all socials.